Barron had a cautious view on Nvidia. China environmental regulations could hurt Nvidia. And Nvidia was gapping down. Bearish to neutral bias. Watch other semis. If Nvidia heavy, it can take other semiconductors down. Under MTF, watch for 512 curls if semis bullish. But what happened? We broke the level, rejected the clouds, semis became bearish, and we became short on Nvidia. So right at the open, as soon as I see the rejections on the clouds, I said short. Swipes a little back up, that's fine. Then I tell everybody to put your stops at 118.80. Initial stop is high of the candle, but once you reject here, our stop is 118.80. It's less than $1 stop. And then the flow starts to coming in, bearish flow, and I tell everyone, hold your puts, moved the stops down. Then we cover 40% by 10 a.m. But we have to watch our average to range. The stock can always trade is full ATR. From there on, we were just trading the ATR. Nvidia 76% ATR, moved the stops down to 116.70, 116.50. So we did that, and then as it started to fade, we kept moving the stops down. There was no reason to touch Nvidia long, nor any one of us did. Market weak, sector weak, option flow bearish, system cloud weak, A plus short, no reason to touch. Our final stop was 115, and even that didn't hit. We were short, and it curled at 113.50. But if you see where we shorted it at 118, we got a $5 per share short. And if you look at Nvidia options, they went from 40 cents to $2. Your $400 became $2,000. All you had to show the patience. All you had to do was just listen to the stops I'm giving. So that was a Nvidia all-day fade, risked $1,000 and literally made 4 or 5 grand. Either your puts or you're in leverage ETF long, that is NVDS. You can long it, $26. Easy, stress-free money. Again, my focus was all semiconductors. The reason I focused on ARM and Nvidia because they both had news. They both were red. So Qualcomm had some news about a legal fight with ARM and was gapping a little down. So the plan was only long if MTF clouds hold. A lot of resistance and gap fill under 123 or 1 hour MTF. So there was a gap here. There was a gap from yesterday. On the daily chart on ARM, there was this weekend gap. And I knew that if it's weak, it's going to go into that gap. Now look at ARM. Look at this fade. It was a short right at the open. I was a little late. You were supposed to short it right at 123s with the market. We short it a little later at 122.50s. But as soon as we short it, 121st target, we hit our 120 target. Then we wait for full ATR. Use the Ripster ATR indicator. 40% ATR left. Then 82% ATR left. ARM ended up trading 133% of its ATR. So as it fades, you just use the clouds to hold it. So we keep moving those stops down. And this bounce is not a long. It's a short. Most of the short was covered here. A lot of people left, made enough money. But there's more money to be made today because wicks never stop. So that's why I always say leave the runners with the system. So that's why you get home run. If you short the shares, you short the MTF cloud break, and then you fill this daily gap I mentioned and hold it all the way. Do not buy the bearish trend. So Tesla as well this morning, no long was a short versus 284. 283 broke right away. Never could push over the clouds. And remember, the market is weak. That's why I said no longs. Short scalps okay. 284. The candle never pushed over the 284. You could short again versus 284. We thought that it's pushing over that, reclaiming the clouds, but it failed the clouds, and this was the amateur move. It failed the clouds and then reshorted and fade all the way back down. Even with this pop, I had no interest because look at the overall market. Market is still heavy. VIX is still strong. We are trading under the clouds. Option flow is bearish. I have no reason to be long. So that's why the Tesla today.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.